Hi, this is Doug and Cindy. Welcome to Help Me Help Mama 5cast. And today we're talking about, am I doing the right thing? We get that question all the time.
We
and
do.
helping you think through the process. And what we're thinking about here is mom's declining. You want to help, but you've got a job and you're busy and you just want to know, what do I do here? Am I doing the right thing?
Absolutely. And there are a lot of issues to consider. And it may be your spouse.
Yeah.
Your house. I mean, like if you live in an older home, you've been living there 50 years, is it functional?
Right.
Some of the old houses had very narrow doorways. Well, if you have a spouse or a parent that's declining and they need to be in a wheelchair to get around the house, the doorways may not be wide enough.
Yeah, I just had a person tell me recently, her mom needed to go back home, and there was like several steps up to the front door, and the
Right.
doorways in there. You couldn't get a wheelchair through, and I mean, these are practical things, but they cost money. I mean, how are you going to get mom up? And they may need to build a big wheelchair ramp. You may have to get a carpenter out to not only widen the front door, but what about the bathroom door? What
Yeah,
about the hallway doors?
and each doorway in between.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Plus, I mean, can you transfer them? My mom was only 89 pounds, and it took both of us to transfer her safely. I was afraid we were going to hurt her or break a bone. She was fragile.
So, if someone's thinking, what do I need to do, practically speaking? Mom's coming home from the hospital. There's so many decisions. There's thousands of them, and we got 3 minutes left in this 5cast. So, I mean, can she go home? Do we need an assisted living or nursing home? Let's talk about some of these things. So,
Okay, so the first thing that I'd look at is, what does mom want?
yeah, we miss that sometimes.
Yes, we do. And you've got to ask at least, and it may be possible. If it's possible, try and make it happen. It may not be possible just because of what I said, like about the house. If mom needs a wheelchair, a full-size wheelchair, and you can't get it through any of the doors or up the steps, you can't take her back home until all of that is fixed.
And it may take weeks to get a carpenter out and for them to do the work. And
a lot of money.
And what do you do in the
Does she have
meantime,
money? Yeah. Assisted living or nursing home, and yeah. So you kind of got to look at these things and plan in advance. You plan for the worst and hope for the best.
So if mom wants to be at home, that's one thing. Like what mom wants is the home capable of her being. I mean, is the home care functional? How we refer to it. What about help? Are you able to help? And a lot of clients that we talk to, yeah, I want to help. Mom wants me to help, but unfortunately, I've got to work.
Yeah.
And I just, I can't be there, especially during the day. And I've got my own family and that I need to spend some time with. So what do you do? So you look at, well, does, maybe bringing in non-medical home care, and that's $20 an hour. Well, does mom have the money to pay? Yeah. Or do you have the money to pay for mom? How's this paid for? So a lot of these issues to think through. If mom wants to come home, can we make it work at home? And for some people, the answer is yes. Yes, there's enough family members, thank goodness, that's able and willing to help and be there for mom to make it work.
And yes, the doors are wide enough. There's a ramp we can easily put up, so it's home care functional. So if you get past that hurdle and there is enough family to help, and mom wants to be home, great.
Yeah, and for some that'll work for a long time. With your mom, it worked all the way to the end of her life. Even after she declined, you made it work at home. For some families, this won't work at home, and you got to consider an assisted living facility. And this is where they're able to care for themselves to some extent, but they need some help.
Right.
And they go to an assisted living facility, but a lot of times that's private pay.
Absolutely. And there may be benefits that you could apply for to help pay for that, but it depends upon the facility. If your mom's a veteran or the widow of a veteran, a number of different things. But these are things you have to think about in advance.
And if that won't work, she needs more care, then you may have to consider a nursing home, a skilled nursing facility. If you need full-time professional nursing assistance, that's what these facilities are there to provide. And A lot of factors there to be. This will be a whole nother 5K. But
yeah, that'll be several 5Ks.
Yeah.
But the primary one, I think, if mom transitions into a skilled facility, is to become her advocate. And we do training on that. We'll do a 5Cast on that because we want you to be able to help her get the best care in a skilled facility, if that's where she's at.
a lot to think about. We hope these few
covered a lot.
tips, help a little bit today. But if you like this video, check the like box that you liked it. And if you've got questions or comments or would like to see us do a video on a particular point, tap it in the space below and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see notifications of future videos we do, just click that bell so you'll receive those.
So for more information, check out the discussion below. And thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.